What's up, all my beautiful engineers? My name is MJ, and today I have a very special video for you. So you're going to start seeing a lot more content on this channel here, but today's video is not about the content on this channel. Today's video is about the content that I put together for something I'm calling the Tech Career Launchpad. So a few years ago, I had a lot of people start coming up to me and asking me, hey, how do I get into a career in tech? Or I'm in a career in tech. I've been working in help desk for a while, or I've been working at a corporate office for a while, and I notice you work from home. I notice you get to work remotely. How do I get into cloud? How do I get into DevOps and things? And how do I level my career up? So first iteration of this was that I put together a Google Doc that, did a pretty good job of guiding them in a direction. And gave them some links and things that they could look up. But that wasn't complete enough. There was two parts that were missing from that. One, it didn't explain the why. It didn't explain the background of why they would even start to do this. But the other part of this was that it just lacked structure and it lacked completeness. That's what I look to remedy with this project here. So what I'm going to show you right now is the Tech Career Launchpad. And this is something I put together over the last few months. I'm really excited to share this with you because I think that it's going to be a good resource for a lot of people to really change their trajectory in their career and in their life. So let's jump over here. First, a little bit about me. Personal note, I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a tech nerd, and I continually am trying to improve myself in many areas. So I've done some pretty cool things in tech. I've worked in tech over 20 years. I've done it for a long time, but there's always areas where I can improve me. And that's what I always look to do. And hopefully this is a path for you to do that as well. Professionally, like I said, I've been doing tech for about 20 years. I'm currently a DevSecOps engineer, cloud Kubernetes engineer, those kind of things. But I'm versed in a broad range of tech. I've worked in help desk. I've worked as a consultant. I've worked in a data center, racking and stacking servers. I've worked for SiriusXM, Red Hat, and quite a few other companies. So I've been around tech for a long time, and I have a pretty good understanding of a huge swath of the tech space. And I'm also passionate about technology. I nerd out and sit down here in front of my computer screens even when I'm not working. So I always want to learn new things. I'm always trying to get better. And it will never be a point where I think that I know enough. Let's put it this way. I have pretty strong imposter syndrome. I know pretty much all people do. And I always work with a lot of really smart people that just blow my doors off with some technology, and that's what drives me to keep wanting to be better, because I don't want to slow them down when I'm working with them, but also those are things that I think that I should know. And the important part there is that I'm still actively doing those things, even though I'm learning more. So I'm not waiting until I think I know enough before I start doing it. The key to technology, the key to really any education, is to start doing it and then fail a bunch and then keep pushing through. So what am I talking about there? Well, we'll get to that in a moment. So let's talk about what the Technology Career Launchpad is. It's largely free, and I put largely because there are going to be some resources on there that I think are really good. That I think that if you have the money to invest in those resources, some online training courses and some platforms and things, I think it's probably worth your time to do that. But for the most part, I tried to put the resources in there so that all you have to have is a computer, a smartphone, internet connection, something like that. And not even a great computer, like an okay computer. And you should be able to do these things for free with the knowledge that's out there. So these are all on-demand resources, videos, blogs, labs, those kind of things that you can learn the technology and really get you into a technology career, or even advance your tech career, as I said earlier. I built it out as a categorized list. So this list is trying to break up into different areas of technology, because people are like, oh, you do tech, do you do this? I'm like, well, tech is huge. I mean, the number of different jobs that you can have in technology are just, I don't know, it feels infinite sometimes. So I've categorized them into different subsections, and I would encourage you to just kind of start pulling on some threads and seeing where it takes you, because you're going to find some things that are really interesting to you, and you're going to find some things that aren't that interesting, but you need to have a good foundation. I've put that in there too. There's over 500 videos right now that I've linked to, or resources rather, and I'm going to keep adding to that over, I don't know, I might never stop because there's always new great content coming out, and so I'm going to continue to try to add to this just to make sure that the most recent and reliable information has been posted. And then, like I said, there's an ongoing effort that I will continue to refine this and adjust this to help you learn as efficiently as possible. So that looks like me continuing to add videos. It looks like me coming up with curriculums, right? So hey, if you want to learn this, here's some really good videos, and here's the labs, and here's kind of a flow, a course, if you will, of action that you could take. And I think at the end of that, you would do that. And also, I'm going to start recording some videos myself for areas where I feel they could be better explained, or I feel like there are gaps in what is being taught by the content that I found thus far. So stay tuned for that. Also, this is going to be a community effort. So if you are a content creator, or if you found some other resources that really helped you, or if you want to create some resources and contribute your links and have me add them here, please reach out. I think that this is not just, it just can't be me that does this, but this is going to take a whole community to be able to do this. So is it going to be easy? No. But is anything worth doing easy? I'm going to say that it's not. It's going to be hard. So take a look at this right here. What people think success looks like is you have some big goals. Like you want to move out of your current career and you want to go into a career in tech and make lots of money and have more freedom. So you build out the learning path, and then you follow that learning path, and then success, right? That's actually not what it looks like at all. There's going to be a lot of unseen hours. There's going to be a lot of time given up on your part for other things right now, and you're gonna have to commit and buckle down. So what it really looks like is you start to learn. You start to follow that path that you've kind of laid out. You start to follow some of these resources. You work really hard at it, and then you become insecure not because you start seeing all of the things that you have no idea about. You don't know any of this stuff. And now you're starting to be like, well, will I ever know this stuff? Yes, you just have to put in the time. You're gonna fail a lot, and you want to fail. Failure means you're trying things. Failure means that you're gonna learn the wrong way and the right way to do it. You're gonna get lots of help, right? That's part of what this community is gonna be. There's gonna be people here to answer questions like myself. Hopefully others will chime in on this. You're going to have life happen. You're going to have family and friends and full-time job and all sorts of other things that try to distract you and pull you away. And some weeks you're going to have better time efficiency than others on learning these new things. But do not give up, because what seems like success in those unseen quiet hours when you're just grinding away, and now you've gone from, your job that you didn't really like and you weren't really making the money you wanted to making a lot more money in a tech career, living a much better life. Hopefully you have freedom so you can work remotely, or you can work wherever you want, and you can really change your lifestyle. And what a lot of people aren't going to see in that is that you put in that hard work. That is going to be the key to all of this. And they're going to think, oh man, you just switched over, they think your success came easy to you, but you're going to know that you really put in the time to get yourself there. So how do you actually succeed? This is a big one. Respect your time. It's a non-renewable resource. Your time, you cannot get that back. So if you waste your time, on social media, or playing video games, or hanging out every weekend, getting drinks with your friends, or grinding out marathon sessions of binge watching shows on Prime or Netflix, you're not going to have the time that you need to commit to this. So the second thing that you're going to need to do is get addicted to learning. You need to crave knowledge. You need to crave this information, and you need to wake up and want to do it. And that's not going to come immediately. That's going to take a while for you to do. So then, why would you do this? Because realistically, you're looking to suffer now so you can have a better future. And by suffer, I don't mean like, you need to give yourself 30 lashings every night if you don't do the training that you needed to do. But what I mean is suffer, you don't get to go do all of the fun things and all of the things that release that dopamine in your brain. You're going to have to buckle down, and you're really going to have to embrace the suck, if you will. And sometimes you're going to not feel like doing it. But those are the times where you just go, well, will I do it for 5 minutes? Will I do it for 10 minutes? Maybe I'll do it for 20 minutes. But just put in the work regularly and consistently. And then the last thing on this list is make failure and pain your friend. You're going to fail a lot. I fail a lot every day, and I Google and I get frustrated and I walk away and I come back and I try it again until it works. And the pain is going to be that pain of I'm not good enough, that pain of knowing that your friends are out there having fun, and you may have had to miss that event because really you knew that you needed to spend a couple extra hours studying, or maybe because you have some responsibilities you have to go do tomorrow, and so you need to buckle down tonight instead of going out or having fun or watching TV, and really do this learning so that you can have that freedom tomorrow. And by tomorrow, I literally mean the next day. Maybe you want to spend a day with your family. Maybe you want to go out with your friends the next night. So instead of saying, "Oh, I'm not going to do my studying," put it at front. Commit yourself to that time, and get after it. So, where can you find Tech Career Launchpad? It's on GitHub. I decided to write this in Markdown. It's super portable. You'll learn about Markdown if you're taking these courses, but basically it's a text format. And I did that because this GitHub, in my opinion, is one of the most stable and open methods for presenting this information. So it's unlikely that this resource is going to go away. It doesn't rely on me maintaining a website. It doesn't rely on me hosting this somewhere. This is just low-hanging fruit, and they're handling the infrastructure, and I'm just putting the information out there for you. And you should be able to really reach us from anywhere in the world. There may be a website in the future. I don't know if I honestly have time to create that, but we'll see. I might. I bought a domain for it. It's tclp.club, and if you visit tclp.club, Tech Career Launchpad, tclp.club, then you're actually going to get redirected to GitHub right now, or you can just go directly to the GitHub repo under github.com, MJ Tech Guy, Tech Career Launchpad. So I've said enough about those things. Let's actually jump into the repo itself. So here is the repository, and I've done quite a few commits, and like I said, I'm going to continue contributing to this, but I did put a description together here on the page so that we could, I could just explain why I wanted to do this. So Tech Career Launchpad is really focused at people who are tired of their current job or looking for a new career, or looking to advance your career in tech. If you want to make more money, if you want to have a higher potential of working remotely or having hybrid work where you're not always sitting in an office, you're not always stuck in traffic, you have more job satisfaction and a higher quality of life because you are doing something that maybe you're excited about or you're passionate about, or that gives you more time for other parts of your life. These are all important to me. And so career in tech has really afforded that to me, and hopefully it can afford you that too. And for those of you thinking that this is a daunting task, Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So if you think that you can do this, then you're probably right. If you say, you know what, I don't think I can do this, then you're probably right. But you're going to have to buckle down and get into this. So you can see I set up a table of contents here, but let's talk about some things that I want you to know before we get started. So this is not an exhaustive list of all career opportunities in tech. Like I said, tech is huge, and there's lots of areas I just don't even know about. So if you have some expertise and you see something missing from here, please hit me up, submit a PR, reach out to me. I'll have some links at the end, and there's links in descriptions if you want to reach out to me, because I think it's important that we get a lot of people and a lot of community in here to really start contributing to these things. This is really intended to be a gateway into the field of tech, focusing on prominent technologies where I see regularly high demand. So I've both been hired into these and I've hired into these roles, and I see the kind of life change that it is for these people and the difference that it makes in their lives. But hopefully these courses lead you to tech areas that are interesting and exciting, and you can deep dive on those topics. And this is not just for people looking to get into tech. This can be a great resource, like I said, for people who are already in tech and who are looking to maybe do other things or change the way that they work. So how do you get started? Just follow the information on here. The information technology field is huge. You just have to start pulling on threads, and hopefully I've given you quite a few threads to follow along here. So let's get into how much is this going to cost. The path to getting a job can be, it can be free if you want it to be. That's right. If you have a reasonably good computer and an internet connection, the majority of the resources here are free. So pick some topics that seem interesting and buckle down. And let's clarify here, because it's not free. There's something of value that you're going to have to give up for this, and that value is your time. So to really make this move, it's going to cost you, a good amount of your time. You're really going to have to, if you want to do this in a reasonable amount of time, and if you want to retain the information that you learn from day to day, you're really going to have to, buckle down and get after it. So I would say that if you commit 10 hours a week for 1 to 2 years, so we're talking maybe 1,000 hours, I believe genuinely, and I've seen this from many, many people, that you can easily make 6 figures and work remotely if you want to. That's just the state of tech today. And so with that out of the way, there are some paid resources that you could get into that might be slightly higher quality, better laid out, have labs built in for you. And if you are able to pay for those, maybe that's going to be worth it for you. So let's talk about this next section. Beyond the free courses, what should you spend on this? And so this is a best case scenario list. How much should it cost? Well, let's go through this. So let's take this 1-year Coursera Google IT support certification. It's $39 a month. There's lots of Google IT support stuff on there, but it is a monthly fee. But if you're really going to buckle down and do it, this might be something worthwhile for you, because that's going to give you a great foundation in technology where you might not even have one at all. So that's a good start. Let's say you spend $468. You do that for 1 year. There's lots of other stuff on Coursera too. That's not just for the IT support or intro to IT certifications. There's lots of other stuff that you'll be able to access on there. So then a resource that has helped me a ton is A Cloud Guru. They bought Linux Academy, which also had great content, and then they were A Cloud Guru was purchased by Pluralsight, which is another training company, but they still operate independently. But if you're looking to get into cloud and DevOps and Kubernetes and things like that, which are all terms that I've tried to describe in some of these sections, if you wait till Black Friday deal, you can usually get that for about $300 for the year. And that gets you the full access to all their labs, all their courses for 1 year. And I think that 1 year is a reasonable amount of time. Again, if you're putting in that 10 hours a week to really buckle down and get stuff done. There's quite a few Udemy courses that are kind of one-offs that cost about $15 a course. And so let's say you bought 10 of those, because most of the good ones are somewhere between 6, 8, 10 hours long. And so if you bought 10 of those, that's $150. And then if you're looking to get into programming, someone who I can really highly recommend, I think he changed his channel actually to Programming with Mosh, but if you just search Code with Mosh or Programming with Mosh on YouTube, you're going to see a lot of great free resources, but he also has an entire catalog of programming courses that are paywalled, but it's about $125 a year if you wait till Black Friday again. That might go up because inflation and reasons, but this is, some napkin math here. So if you were to do all of those things and you were to incorporate those into your learning path over a 2-year span, it's going to cost you just over $1,000. And if you go look at what the average mortgage payment in the US is, it's just right around that. So and that's a month, right? So that's 1 month's mortgage payment to potentially change your life. I'm not saying that that's what everyone pays for their mortgage or their rent, but that's about the average. And so I think that that's a very reasonable price if you're looking for something that's maybe a little more refined. But you don't have to do that. That's the whole point of this, is you can do this completely for free if you wanted to. So let's talk about your time. Time is precious. It's a non-renewable resource, right? Your time is finite. You need to protect it and spend it on things that improve your life and the life of those that you care about, because it's not just about you. This is about, being able to spend more time with your family and your friends in the future, to build wealth, to build prosperity for your family moving forward. So you're going to have to give some things up. You're not going to be caught up on the latest Netflix series. You're not going to make it out to the bar with your friends every weekend. You're going to miss the season finale of Masked Singer. Your PS5 might gather a little dust, but your life will be much improved for those sacrifices right now. Muhammad Ali said, "I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit, suffer now, and live the rest of your life as a champion." I want you to embrace that. So what do you need to do to make this a reality? Commit. That's it. Full stop. If you commit 10 hours a week, like I said, for 1 to 2 years, it's going to be life-changing for you. And I also want to clarify that I've said remote work a few times, and I don't want you to just think work from home. Remote work is work while you're visiting your brother in Ohio. It's working from the pool or the beach. I've done that before. I've gone to the pool with my daughter, been on my laptop, still been working, been outside enjoying the weather, but at work, right? I've gone to visit family for an extended period of time because I don't have to be in an office. And that's something that a tech career can afford you, is fully remote work. And so the freedom that tech can provide is immense and well worth giving up some little things right now to focus on the big things later. I'm a big Jocko Willink fan. You'll see I have Extreme Ownership back there. Highly recommend that book for anyone, whether you are a leader in your business or owner or not. It's a great book. But the only person you can control is you. So focus on making yourself who you want to be. Faster, stronger, smarter, more humble, with less ego. That's really important here. None of this is about me showing off. None of this should be about you showing off. This should be about you making yourself the best you that you can make yourself so that you can accomplish some really cool things in life. Let's talk numbers, because people are like, oh, well, you keep saying $100,000. Is that for everybody? No. Average entry-level IT salary as of June 2022, $51,000. It's not bad money. Average cloud engineer for entry-level or mid-level goes from 68 to 120. So if you keep grinding and building up those skills, that's a big jump that you can make. Average computer programmer salary, $64,000-ish dollars. Average DevOps 1 salary, that's like intro to DevOps, $71,000. Average database administrator, entry level $58,000, mid level $89,000. These are just some samplings, right? There's lots of other tech careers out there, and this isn't necessarily going to be realistic. You might make a little bit less, or if you go get some certifications, you might make a lot more. So just kind of focus on that and understand what your goals are. Knowledge overlap. All right, here's a big one. You're going to notice that throughout many of these topics, the skills often overlap. And so here's some examples. Database administrators will likely be required to have some knowledge of system administration and cloud just to be able to do database administration effectively. DevOps is a general term, right? DevOps is a broad term, and people try to put people in a DevOps box, but DevOps is really the combination of multiple skills. So you're looking at sysadmin, cloud, networking, containers, and all of these things are going to feed into you being a better DevOps engineer. A software engineer might likely require you to know system administration. You might even need to know some database stuff, because you're likely tying your software to some databases and maybe even some cloud, because there's a lot of applications now not just being deployed on premise in a building in a data center, but to the cloud, to AWS, to GCP, to some of the other large providers. And then let's take cybersecurity. That's another big one that's hot right now. Likely require you to have some knowledge of system administration, networking, and coding, right? Those are all things that you're going to need to know for that. And you're going to see different categories in here, and you're going to be able to start assemble these into a resume and a body of work that allows you to have a career in one of these fields. Again, not an exhaustive list. So what's next? You're ready for launch. Where do you start? Well, you can start with tech basics. So let's open this up and I'll show you. Basic IT training. I tried to lay this out as cleanly as possible. So this is coming in assuming that you don't know anything about tech. The most tech that you've done is maybe set up your Wi-Fi at your house and log in to Gmail. You don't have to know anything about tech, because these courses, I believe, are going to give you some really good intro into that. We're talking about like Harvard courses for CS50 courses, understanding technology, information technology foundations from Western Governors University, and all these other ones. So you can really start to dig in and get from a foundational level up some of these core concepts. And that's really going to be important, because later on, it's going to take for granted that you have to know some of these things in order to effectively do the other things. So if you really don't know anything about tech, if you're uncertain about your technology foundation, start here. Then you can come in and see that you can go to different categories. System administration. If you want to learn cloud, it's here. DevOps, containers, cybersecurity, networking. That's all here. These are all going to continue to be contributed to, continue to mature. I'm going to keep adding more courses, and over time we're going to add some additional categories. So you can see web development's coming soon, software development's coming soon, database administration, data science, AI, ML, all those categories I'm continuing to flesh out, and I will be releasing them over the coming weeks and months rather. And so lastly is contributing. How do you contribute to this? Well, for starters, please share this repo share it on LinkedIn, share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, share it with friends and family and coworkers, people who you know, who you think might be interested in, or who you've heard said, man, I wish I could get into a technology career. Share this around with everybody. This is an open resource, and so spread it far and wide. If you want to help, put a star on this repo right up at top. Once you sign into GitHub, you can actually star this repo. That's going to help GitHub themselves recognize that maybe this is a good repo, and they'll share it out too. So this is going to help reach a broader audience. And then lastly, there's great information out there. I don't have all the answers though, and I don't have access to all the courses, and I don't even know all of the learning paths. And so this needs to be a community effort. So please feel free to submit a PR, open an issue, reach out to me if you think there's something missing. Let's get it added. Let's keep sharing. Let's keep increasing the knowledge for everyone. So that's all I have. Let me jump back over here and close out. Connect with me, all right? I want you to have success in this. And if you have questions, if you have comments, if you have concerns, if you think I messed up on something, if you just want to talk about things, reach out to me. So you can find me on GitHub, github.com, MJ Tech Guy. YouTube, go to youtube.mjtechguy.com. That'll redirect you to my YouTube channel. LinkedIn, MJ Tech Guy on there. My website is mjtechguy.com. I haven't been great at posting on there, but hopefully I'll start more. And if you just want to email me and ask me some questions, you can email me, mj at TCLP, Tech Career Launchpad, tclp.club, and I will get back to you within hopefully a reasonable amount of time. So thank you guys so much. I really am excited to launch this and to get this out there and get this into your hands. And hopefully you find this to be useful and you find this to be something that's really helps you get accelerated, really start driving into a tech career. And then it opens up the doors for you to have so much more money, so much more freedom, so much more happiness in your life. That's all. I really appreciate you guys watching. I really appreciate you guys tuning into this and checking out what I have. And please find all the links down in the description. And I look forward to engaging with you and continuing to build this into something that's super awesome and hopefully a resource for many years to come for many tens, dozens, hundreds of people to really change their career and change their life trajectory. So anyways, appreciate your time. Take it easy. Peace out.